I'm in Vietnam right now. Oh, there's me.
What's that noise?
Alphen, this is bad. Look at the sky.
The moon's coming down. It's Majora's Mask. That doesn't look friendly. They're shooting iron rods down on us, like, Call of Duty Ghost. What is this thing? It looked like 5 came out, but it's only showing 1. It's gathering astral energy, I presume? Rainbow astral energy. I saw a lot of pretty colors. Is it just sort of absorbing it raw? They said, Crown Costes is lame. Forget astral energy. We're just taking it straight from the source. Straight from the tap.
What's happening to Renan and Lenegis?
It looks like Lenegis is transforming? But into what? What's going on?
How the hell are we supposed to fight the Renans if they're packing that kind of arsenal?
It seems they've broken their silence at last. My concern is that object they've dropped into the water. It's as if they're driving a literal wedge into Dana.
Not just into Dana, but her own resistance too. And what's with that beam of light coming down from above? Got any idea what that could be?
Astral energy.
Are you
That was
serious? All of that is astral energy? But that...
Straight from the tap.
It's a lot for sure. Not even all the astral energy harvested by every lord combined compares to that column.
They're trying to squeeze every last bit of energy out of the planet.
But why? I thought they only needed to harvest astral energy as part of the crown contest.
Who cares? If we don't stop
Yeah, they
it
definitely
now,
made the whole
the whole
crown
Dana
contest
is going
thing
to be
up.
hollowed
That
into
was a
oblivion.
meme.
Oblivion.
Do you think that red woman is behind this?
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. Just as the Sovereign, the Maiden, and all 5 Master Cores are gathered in one location, she appears out of nowhere bearing a 6th core. She then forces the 2 of you to help her assemble the Renis Alma. Just what kind of person is this woman?
You mean you don't know her?
Pardon?
She was there at your palace, wasn't she? I figured you knew who she was.
Are you saying I should be familiar with this woman?
Well, sure. I remember seeing her with you back at Adelina Palace several times. Everyone in the guard always wondered who she was.
Now that you mention it, I remember seeing her with Balsif too.
And with Ganabalt.
You saw her, right, Shionne? Shionne?
And with
Oh, sorry,
Voltron.
I drifted off.
Voltron.
As far as I remember,
Volron.
the first time I saw her was when we ran into her in Pelegion.
What?
Seriously? How could you 2 not notice her before? She sticks out like a sore thumb.
I guess I always figured she kept an eye on the lords for the Renan top brass.
You're sure you don't remember ever seeing her before?
I'm certain of it. My memory has never failed me.
But if it's not that, then...
We'll get to the bottom of this later. Right now, that wedge is a bigger concern.
Well, what are we gonna do then? We're not gonna be able to leave Ganeth Heros until we come up with a plan, right?
Cyslodia lies beyond the northern mountain range.
Yeah, but we haven't found a single route through those mountains while we've been here. And we haven't gotten clues from any of the freed locals either.
That's because
Surely
they're
there must be a
completely
way through.
worthless.
This realm can't
don't
have
know
been
anything.
completely isolated from the rest of the outside world for 300 years. Volron may have simply sealed and hidden it.
Okay, then let's try asking the townspeople again if they know anything. Who knows?
They don't.
We
They
might
are
have missed something the first
completely
time around.
clueless.
Sounds good to me. Better that than trying to build a boat from scratch. Let's start searching.
That must be Rena's true power.
I
Great.
imagined there would be something.
Ooh.
Not to this extent.
What's gonna happen now?
We
That
asked
looks
around.
cool.
Let's do what we can.
Hey, when that wedge dropped down on Dana, did anyone else see any weird lights shoot out with it?
Indeed. As I recall, it was 4 lights, each one a different color and going in a separate direction.
That's what I saw too. What were they?
Hold on. A lot just happened here, so let's take a minute. For now, let's focus on one thing at a time.
I bet the whole of Dana's losing its mind right about now.
And just when we'd finished liberating all the realms. So much for things getting somewhere close to normal.
It's too calculated.
Of
As if
course.
whoever's behind all this was
There's no way
watching
just a
us.
The
coincidence.
people at Palladium seem pretty unfazed given the circumstances.
They've yet
It's
to
'cause
get
they're
the
all
full range
completely
of their
brain
emotions
dead.
back. Maybe it's for the best. Can you imagine the panic otherwise?
Yeah, we wouldn't have been able to leave. That's for sure.
Whatever Lenegis is planning, it's a fair bet this wedge they've sent down is just the beginning.
Even now, they're stealing away Dana's astral energy as we speak. Come on. We don't have much time.
Alright, dude. Tell me something that doesn't matter. Lenegis. Oh my. Valves are collapsing. Thanks. Right away. Anything down this one. She's following COVID regulations. Realms, 3 boats, back, mountains, blah, 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 mountains.
Where are these Forland Mountains exactly?
Those are the mountains you encounter if you walk deep enough into the Lavtu marshlands.
I don't remember there being any sort of path like that around there.
It's possible we overlooked something before. It wouldn't hurt to look again.
Armored soldiers!
Some of Volron's former guards.
Let's take them out quick before things get messy.
Oh, glory unto Volron!
4 of them? Oh, this is
No one
bad.
has to get hurt.
Traitors like you shall
I don't like dealing with one of them.
I knew you were stubborn, but you don't have to be so damn dramatic. Face to them.
I despise living. Oh, okay.
What's with the hole here? Is that supposed to be their hideout?
It doesn't look like it's freshly dug, whatever it is. Maybe it's the entrance to a path to Cyslodia.
Back to Cyslodia. Woo! Or not.
Everything all right?
Something the matter?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Let's go.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Astral point. Shee. Oh. This is like the worst fashion. Maybe that's not true.
Tell me, Alphen, wherever did you learn how to wield a sword?
I was wondering the same thing too, actually. I'm guessing you knew how to fight before you met the Crimson Crows, right?
I used to be a soldier who served a Danan master. I never saw the guy's face, but I still fought for him because he was my employer. Looking back, it wasn't all that different from being a slave.
A Danan master? That must have been before the Renans brought you to Lenegis 300 years ago.
You must fight using real Danan techniques then.
Really? We used to have our own sword arts?
Sword
There's
Art
a lot of our
Online.
own history we've lost since the
Of course,
Renan
the
first
Bryce
made it.
Papenbrook
It's not
voice
all magic
actor
and
would
art.
say Sword
I'm
Art.
sure it includes things like sword styles too. It's incredible and also a little surreal to see those arts still survive after all this time.
Not only that, but I first learned these moves while serving one ruler. Only to end up turning my sword on the ruling class altogether. Pretty ironic when you think about it.
I apologize if I dredged up unfortunate memories for you.
Nah, we're good. It's in the past.
Nah.
now. All we ever did
What a
in those
chill
days was stir
dude.
up trouble.
Nah, we're
You're
good.
using those skills for a good cause now. It's not all bad.
I suppose this is what people mean when they say that every cloud has its silver lining.
Exactly. He's using those sword skills to make the world better. Could be a lot worse.
True enough. I will stop worrying about mentioning it then. Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
No wonder we couldn't manage to find them. They've been holed up here all this time, hiding.
The remnants of Volron's forces.
Well, I guess this is the
Think
place
they
where
were
you're supposed to
planning
farm
an
them.
ambush in Pelegion?
Possibly. Then again, knowing how blind their devotion is, maybe they were just waiting.
Waiting? For Volron, you mean?
Even though we already defeated him? But yes, I suppose you're right. For these guys, that would just be a technicality. They act more like worshippers than subjects. They're probably still in denial that he was overthrown in the first place.
Either that, or they were biding their time until the next crown contest. Either way, their allegiance is to their lord.
Who they're convinced and expectant will return. So in the meantime, they wait patiently in preparation for the day that he finally does. That's way more than just loyalty.
As much as I would
It's
like
no
to
less than
use
total
these guys to
subjugation.
level up, I hate fighting these guys. So I'm probably going to avoid every battle I can.
Or my armor.
You've noticed it, haven't you?
Notice what?
I'm referring to Shionne.
I never thought you, of all people, would come to me about her.
Yes, well, what concerns me has more to do with what machinations may be currently unfolding in secret on Lenegis as we make our way along this tunnel.
And you're saying it's related to Shionne in some way?
Well, she is
Perhaps.
doing a little
She
little
believes there was a
thorn
good
things.
possibility that the Renis Alma may free her from her thorns. One would think after losing the Renis Alma, she would be more dismayed, and yet she isn't. Why? There's also the matter of the power that she inherited from...
You heard what she said. She didn't know about the Maiden's power.
Mere ignorance does not preclude her deep connection to the events unfolding around us. You recall when her thorns went rampant in Castle Delpharis. I've never seen dark astral energy manifest in such a way.
I thought you said all Renans had dark astral energy inside of them.
Correct. However, what Shionne exhibited was far beyond what any ordinary citizen could ever possibly possess. And let me be clear. I do not intend to cast doubt on Shionne, or her motives. Nevertheless, I cannot shake the feeling that there's more to all of this than what we currently know. Do you disagree?
I think Daholim's onto something. I trust his word.
All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
It's obvious that people used to go through here in order to get to the other realms.
You think Volron really did seal it off to keep it hidden then?
Seems like it. Those soldiers we encountered might have known about it and chosen to hide out here.
But with the entrance collapsed and exposed, they must have been forced to come out of hiding. I see supplies in other sides. Even zoo cages.
This is where the remnants of Volron's forces hold themselves up. Yeah.
They were hiding in a place like this all along.
Oh, ooh.
How much do they have to steal from us to be satisfied?
Definitely the definition
What's that
of
thing's
ominous.
purpose anyway? Some kind of siphon that sends the astral energy the Lords harvested to Lenegus?
Not as far as I'm aware. That said, it has become evident since the forming of the Renaissance, as well as other recent events, that my insight may be thin. I would, as I believe the saying goes, take what I say with a grain of salt.
Dohalim.
At the very least, I believe we can assume that whoever is pulling the strings behind the scenes has had this in the works for quite some time.
Why's that?
The people on Lenegus may have plenty of resources at their disposal, but not even they could prepare something like that in a mere month. Something of that magnitude takes considerable time, as well as a predetermined goal in mind.
Then what was the crown contest for?
Probably to throw us
At
off
this
or
stage,
something. I have no idea.
I think it was but one step in the greater scheme we see unfolding before us.
Most definitely.
What that scheme is exactly, I haven't a clue. For now, I believe we should keep moving. The path continues. It's quite possible it will take us all the way to Cislodia.
Agreed. Let's keep moving.
So Shionne's thorns are dark astral energy.
Rinwell. Are you worried about Shionne?
Of course I am. But I don't know how to talk to her about it.
You and me both.
Come to think of it, what happened to those 4 lights that fell from Lenegus along with the wedge?
All 4 of them scattered in different directions. It's anyone's guess where on Dana they might have landed.
I'm not entirely sure, but it seemed like those lights may have all been different elements of astral energy.
So even though they're using the wedge to siphon off energy from Dana, they're shooting it back down to Dana as well? Why?
I don't know. It all happened so suddenly.
Hopefully it's not a sign of
Guess
some
we just
new
have to
threat
go
we'll
find
deal
them.
with.
But if that red woman has anything to do with the wedge, then what could that light...
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh?
The Red Woman. Shionne and Dohalim said they'd never seen her before Pelegion.
Are you saying they're lying to us?
No, it's not that I think they're lying, just... there has to be some reason for it, right?
Well, one thing the 2 of them have in common is that they're both Renans.
Okay, you 2. Put a pin in it for now. I know that we're in the dark about a lot, but for now, let's focus on getting through these mountains.
Yeah, of course.
I think they're onto something. I think it is Renan related. They can't see her or something. I have no idea.
What? Wonder just how many people have been saved by Shionne in some form. I'm impressed.
There's rumors flying around about people being saved by a Renan vision of beauty.
Vision of beauty? That's a bit much.
Alphen had better stay on his toes.
Where do I come into this?
Okay, that...
Lunch is
go.
the backbone of a day's meals.
I think that's his way of saying he's hungry now.
Good thing we've got you to interpret.
I've got to keep my equipment in tip-top shape.
No, you don't. You only got it on the field. I refuse to let you outside. Sea bream.
This came out so good. I almost hate having to eat it.
I'll see you again tomorrow.